Now, Masoud Pezeshkian has been elected as Iran's new president, beating his hardline rival. The reformist won the race after promising to reach out to the West and to ease the country's headscarf laws. The election, you'll remember, was called after President Ibrahim Raisi was killed in that helicopter crash back in May. Sahar Zand joins me now in the studio. Good to see you. Tell us a bit about him and the significance of his win in reality.
Yes, Masoud Pezeshkian is a 69-year-old former health minister and former heart surgeon. And ironically, his name in Farsi translates to coming from doctors. Now, his personal story became very much a part of his campaign, trying to sell him as a man of the people, as one of the people. And as he mentioned only a few minutes ago in his victory speech, he's here to serve all the people. Now, back to his personal story, he is half Kurdish, half Azeri, which is Turkish. These are members of the ethnic minority in Iran, which are largely discriminated against, so that really very much appealed to that kind of demographic. And he also has a very tragic personal story. He lost his daughter and wife a few years ago in a car crash. He never remarried, and he brought up his 2 sons by himself, which in a country that men are allowed to have 4 wives, again, appealed to a number of other voters. In regards to the recent protests in Iran, nationwide protests, as we've reported here a lot, he has also been a lot more outspoken than a lot of the other people in the government. For example, in regards to the killing of Mahsa Amini in the custody of the morality police, he said it's unacceptable for us to arrest a young woman for not adhering to the hijab laws and then handing her dead body to her family. And in a televised debate only last week, he said that we have angered our people through our behavior. These are quite drastic comments in the Islamic Republic of Iran. And this is what's kind of made him seem like more of a moderate, and he's been labelled as a reformist. Now, that's a reformist, that reformist is quote unquote, because we have to remember that reformist in Iran doesn't have the same meaning as it does in many other places in the world, including here. Pezeshkian essentially still a part of that Shia autocracy gang. Otherwise, he would have never even been allowed to run in the first place. And he has publicly said that he has full faith in the Supreme Leader Khamenei, and he's going to follow him completely. But many people, it's important to mention here that many people consider his victory and the people who voted for him as a form of protest. Why? Because his opponent, like Raisi, the former president who was killed in the helicopter crash, was an ultra-conservative hardliner, and many basically thought of his vision for the future of Iran as similar to the Taliban in the neighboring Afghanistan. So many people voted for Pezeshkian for him not to come to power, to not make the status quo, the current situation, even worse than it is. But nevertheless, he's still, like I said, a part of the same system, and whether or not he's going to be able to make much of a difference, that's easy to presume that is not going to be so.
So very quickly, what are his campaign promises? And in reality, he's not really going to be the person to deliver them anyway.
Exactly. In Iran, major decisions like foreign policy and things like sensitive things like the hijab or the treatment of women is something that the Supreme Leader and the Islamic is the central power, basically decisions that the central power makes. President doesn't really have much power. Yet, Pezeshkian in his campaign has pledged to ease the pressures on women and girls when it comes to the mandatory wearing of the hijab. He has said that he's going to ease the internet restrictions. We know that censorship in Iran is really bad and widespread. He has also said that he's going to try to improve the dire economy of Iran by re-entering the negotiations with the West. But like you said, he doesn't really have much power. And that brings us to the point of why the voter turnout was so low. It was a historic low, in fact. In the 45-year existence of the Islamic Republic, only 40% of the public showed up in the first round and less than 50% in the second. And these are numbers that we've been given by the Islamic Republic. And as we know from the past events, the reliability and accuracy are very much questionable.
Of course, yeah. OK, Sahar, thank you very much for that.
Thank you.